Hi, welcome everybody. I'm Terry Kaim, Global Director of Pricing Reference Services for LSEG, as part of the Customer Strategy and Execution team, supporting the data and feeds business here at LSEG. Today we're going to be discussing shareholding disclosure and what it means for asset managers, investment banks, hedge funds, pension plans, and the need for them to be able to report their long, short, OTC derivative positions through various global jurisdictions throughout the world. Today I have Andrew White, who's the CEO of FundApps, where the two of us, LSEG and FundApps, have a very good partnership together. LSEG, we provide a lot of the underlying reference data, corporate actions data, and FundApps, being a industry regulating expertise and also having their compliance monitoring reporting system that they use our content with to support their customers in the financial industry. Andrew, I'm looking forward to your insights today on a bunch of different topics.
I'm looking forward to it.
The first topic that we're going to discuss is your LEADR framework. How does that impact, how does it benefit financial services customers? How does it benefit the asset management community and our common mutual customers?
Yeah, we found that shareholding disclosure was such a complex, mysterious topic with so many facets to it that to really kind of nail it down, we came up with this LEADR acronym, and it stands for legislation, events, aggregation, data, and regions, to really have 5 pillars that every, as you said, hedge fund asset manager can understand what their requirements are. And simply the letters stand for L is for legislation. There is existing shareholding disclosure regulation in 103 countries. As it stands today, it is X. Tomorrow there might be changes, so keeping up to date with these changes as they happen over time is very difficult, we found. So understanding what these legislation requirements are. For events, you mentioned corporate actions. There's also things like takeover panels. So things that might happen outside of the asset manager's control, they might be sitting on their positions as normal, but overnight something happens that means that they have a requirement to disclose the next day. So again, passive disclosures that you wouldn't normally have in regulation. Aggregation, a really complex topic. We found a lot of people don't really get the idea that to get your exposure to an issuer globally, you need to aggregate every single position that you have in every single fund, portfolio, side pocket, trading book across your global structure up to one single entity, and then that's your actual final ownership number. That would be difficult enough on a daily basis, but the requirement changes from country to country. How you aggregate in Germany is not the same way as how you aggregate in America. And to add a real kicker on top, even in one country, the requirement changes. So for example, in the UK, amongst many others, the short ownership monitoring is done at one aggregation level and the long ownership is done at another level. So aggregation, super complex topic. And finally, R is for region, and that is the clear point that most regulations to do with where you're domiciled as an investment manager. So if you're a US asset manager, you report to the SEC, a UK asset manager to the FCA. But with shareholding disclosure, your obligation is to where you're trading the position. So if you're trading a Botswanan equity, you need to report to the Botswanan regulator. If you're trading an Albanian depository receipt, you need to report to Albania. So this idea that you've got 103 different regulators that are supervising your trading is super complex again. And as I said, every single regulator is different. So again, the 5 pillars together really kind of summarize how we see the world of shareholding disclosure.